Hey folks, Andy here. I was just about to upload my latest video that I recorded like last Friday night. Today's September 6th, 2017. I was just about to upload a video and it was like 10 minutes long. It was really rambly, really long. I must have, done it late at night. So I'm going to skip that video. I'm going to do this one again because I've actually done a lot of playtesting beyond that. So I've uploaded a couple of videos on Tabletop Simulator of how of playing version 6 of the rules, and I had a lot of changes to make from there. The game was not overly difficult, but it was still pretty hard, and there are some places where there just was no path to victory, and so I was working on that. And so I was working on some opening hands, and in particular, like the minor ductwork problem, starting with no duct tape. I tried a couple of things with the improving the tape dispenser, making it so that you can trade duct tape for more things, but unfortunately, because you don't start with duct tape, it's not really a viable strategy. So instead, for version 8.0 of the rules, I am going with the shiny Shiv. And what the shiny Shiv does is that basically helps battling. Now, in my playtesting, I'm probably up to, since 6.0, I've probably done 15 to 20 playtests by myself. I mean, these are, I'm just cramming them in whenever I can here and there. I'm finding that for one thing, every game really is very different. But I'm finding that overall there isn't quite as much battling as I thought. And so it's a lot of like just waiting for the right deals to show up and then kind of launching from there. So, but if you are willing to take a couple of risks, getting into that battle would help you win faster. So, I'm trying to encourage more of that, and so that's why I changed the tape dispenser to the shiny Shiv, which is -2 hit points to any creature from now on, and it stacks. So that actually I really like, because it means that you're fighting creatures, and when you fight creatures and you can fight every single creature better, you get tons of more stuff, but then you have to throw away more of that stuff, which is interesting because you don't have you don't have a carry as much yet. And that's really interesting because I was still able to win, or at least get very close to winning, playing that strategy. So that's another really cool path to victory. I'm excited about that. So in doing that, though, in making battling a little bit better, I made some of the big creatures more tantalizing, so you have good reason to not just always get the tote bag from the ugly sweater ghost, but to maybe get tote bag first time, but then second time you see him, to defeat him, sweeten that deal a little bit, get some extra hit points, and then the guy on the back of him is really good. And so I've made some of those bigger creatures better so that you have more reasons to fight, and that's good, and that adds more risk. In doing that, I also ratcheted up some of the hit points, so that some of the hit points on the small creatures, so that they're not so trivial to defeat. And that's one thing I noticed in some of the version 6.0 playtests, was some of the battles were just trivial. They were 99%. And so I tweaked them a little bit so that they would be more like 90% ish, depending on the situation, of course. But looking back at my playtest logs, been recording some of my playtests in the spreadsheet, but not all of them. Been using Tabletop Simulator mostly at work when I have a few minutes and I want to try something out. I have been hard at work on converting the rules from Word to PDF, and so that I can do everything in wiki text. And I'm using a library called Prawn to generate that, and it's really interesting because it allows you to generate PDFs straight. So it's not a Squib thing, it's a Ruby thing. But when I get that going to a place where I like it, I will point you to that. I will make a screen capture video about how to do that, because why not? Prawn is actually a lot like Squib. A lot of Squib's features are actually kind of based on the DSL structure of Prawn. And in fact, many years ago, I actually considered making Prawn the actual back end of Squib. Glad I didn't, because it doesn't render to images, which you would need. That's why I went with Cairo. But I still really like Prawn, which is this library for generating PDFs in Ruby, and it's a DSL. So So yeah, so I'm just playtesting away, playtesting, and I haven't gotten my friends to playtest, but now with version 8.0, I'm I need to get my friends to do that. So I might invite some friends over to my house or something. I don't know. We'll see. So just really excited. Just really excited. This game's really coming together. So yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, and one more thing. I've also done a little bit of playtesting on the extra challenges parts, and I've come up with a few, and I've tweaked a few as well. So that's been fun as well. That's something that I've been working on. You know, those extra challenges are, you know, I can be a little bit more unfair, or at least make it so you got to be a little bit more lucky. But then that's really for people who get really into the game and they just want more content. So I've got a bunch of really good things there. I just played the analysis paralysis extra challenge, and it definitely lives up to its name. But at the same time, it's great. It's fun, and so I made some tweaks to that. So anyway, there you go. So version 8.0 about to come out. See you later.